What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 55 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Kroq-Gar campaign. So as we saw last time, Kroq-Gar's newly acquired Horned Ones went on the hunt, destroying massive numbers of enemy Doomfire Warlocks and Shades as the Blessed Dread decided to attack us. It went fairly well for us, and we now have to clean up the rest of their armies and then march forward to kill the rest of them. It looks like they certainly moved quite a few of them out here, bypassing the remnants of the western provinces, which I guess is a good thing if the provinces can survive. We're gonna have to see. I don't know whether they can or they can't. They're still in a very bad situation, and, well, Hanyu Port is still okayly defended. If only if there was a full stack there, it might be a little bit safer, but apparently our allies ain't currently building one there. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, after cleaning up those Blessed Dread, we have the battle at Ash Lotal that we still have to take care of with Kanos Kier, and we do have to do that manually because there are possibly a giant pile of Skaven armies nearby, and we're not willing to risk that. In addition to that, as somebody pointed out, the Ghost of Pahwaks are once again down to one territory. There's not much we can do about this, unfortunately. Yeah, we can send them help, but I think it'll take more than 2 turns to get to them, and in 2 turns we'll be able to hopefully confederate them, since they should be considerably weaker than they were before. That said, I think what we'll do is once we have Kowal, or the transfer Flashbox forces to him, we'll march him down through the marks of the old ones and then sail out and down to help the Ghost of Pahwaks. At the end of the day, even if we can't confederate them, it's still better that they stay alive rather than they die, and it's probably time that we destroy Kairos. I'd really prefer him to be dead when the endgame scenario comes along, and we're kind of running out of time to do that. Anyway, oh wait, there was also another comment, suggestion to rename Skaven Blight. Where are we here? Rename to Lizard Light, though, funnily enough. Lizardmen don't call themselves Lizardmen, but I think since they call themselves the Children of the Gods or the Children of the Old Ones, I mean, there's no way to get that into a name. There might be a name in their own lizard language for them as well, but I'm not sure what it is. Probably something that means Children of the Gods, but anyway, in terms of what we have to do right now, let's start with Kroq-Gar and cleaning up these little armies. We're gonna have to do it a little bit carefully, in the sense that we just want to make sure we don't suffer damage, because we have attrition plague on us. So we'll try our best to make use of only the single entity units. I'm gonna try to do this real quick, however, or as best I can. Damn, I probably should have checked if the enemy had any spells available to them. Don't want our main army getting hit by a bunch of spells. And yeah, that's probably why we'll want to stay away as best we can from the Doomfire Warlocks. So basically keep our infantry back to where it hopefully won't get hurt. Alrighty, so everybody's gonna go back here. We're gonna have the single entities, you 3, to start off with. And then you, Teto Echo, and the Heals, and the Dinos. You guys can be part of Group 2. And you can be Group 3, and then the Horned Ones can be Group 4. The rest of you are not going to be part of the army. I'm just gonna back off and stay away from them. Oh, forgot a unit. Alright, back off and stay away from them. We'll keep these guys here in case the Doomfire Warlocks try to move towards us. Alright, start deployment, start battle. You guys move all the way back here. Something along those lines, and then Group 1 attack, Group 2 move this way, you Horned Ones hide in the forest here in case you're needed. I'd still prefer to avoid them getting hit by the... Huh? Wait, who's attacking you? Do they have an artillery piece? Oh! I didn't even realize they had a Reaper Bolt Thrower. It's not going to be too bad, but it's still a minor annoyance, if nothing else. Alrighty, you guys are now hidden... Huh. Okay, yeah, we can hide Kroq. I was wondering if his model might be too large to hide, but apparently not. Alrighty, let's speed this up a little bit as we move in, kill that enemy lord, and rush through the enemy lord towards those Reaper Bolt Throwers. Hey, you guys, get ready to move in as well. In fact, you could probably drop some spells. I mean, the enemy has absolutely no chance, so I just like to speed this up as best we can here. And just do as much damage with spell work and whatnot. And then you guys can also move in like so. Kroq chase down the enemy lord. Where's that comet? There it is. Alrighty, took long enough. And Kroq, buff yourself up. Everybody else get ready to move in. Alright, and speed it up to max. You guys don't go out there yet, but get ready to. Kroq, keep chasing down the enemy lord until they break. Alrighty, you guys separate. Well, actually, you can't separate because then we'll have a problem. Alright. Now, we can't send the horned ones out. They'll get hit by doom bolts. Alright, speed it back up to max. A bit of an annoying way to do it. There we go. Enemy lord is dead. Now we just have to shatter every single remaining unit. Back to max speed, please. We're gonna not bother chasing after the Dark Riders because it's just impossible to catch them anyway. Okay, that one just got caught as soon as I said it's impossible to catch them. Because of course it did. And just hurry up. There we go. Alrighty, and now I believe this army will be destroyed because it was the remnant of the army that we fought last episode. And at least this way we won't have suffered damage to that plague. The single entities can all get hurt because they, well, actually, except for the Basti with Reviv Crystal until we get another Reviv Crystal in here, but most of them can get hurt. Yeah, we're gonna replace the non-horned one unit with the Reviv Crystal for now, I think. Though we'll probably want to get a fourth horned one as well, although 3 in the Titchy Witchy's Raiders also kind of does work as well. Alright, well, either way, hurry up. And there we go. Well, we can't heal. We actually get a good amount of money for those. Surprising. I wasn't expecting that much. Alrighty, take that. I'm glad that that army didn't have a plague on them, because we would have just gotten another plague. Do the same thing to Hargan. Again, unfortunately, we can't trust auto-resolve, so we're going to fight the battle once again at max speed. However, I'm not even going to bother setting up the units. Just going to take all 6 of our fast movers and send them out. We'll have a proper cinematic fight with Kanos Kier when he attacks Ash Lotal. Alright, come on now. There we go, everybody go back here, start deployment to U3, Group 1, you, and you, Group 2, and start battle, go, max speed, away, and let's do this quick as we can, probably will go fairly quick. Kroq, keep away from them, buff everybody up, and head towards the enemy lord, and kill said enemy lord. Group 2, march forward please, lord is nearly dead already. Doomfire Warlock's getting in the way a little bit, but not a lot. At least not to a concerning degree. There we go, rest of the Doomfire Warlock should be dead. Kroq's a little bit damaged, and now he's fine, and there it is. Alright, I can always heal up Kroq next battle. Obviously, normally this would be auto-resolvable. I mean, in theory, technically we could win every battle like this, but it just wouldn't be as fun. Like, we could just use the Dino Death Star aspect of every army rather than even committing Source. Well, maybe not every army, not Chameleon's army, for example, because he has the... he doesn't have a Dino Death Star, but most armies. But I do enjoy watching Saurus fight, so it's not really a viable option. It's all in the name of fun, after all. Alrighty, and we are good again. We got... we could take the armor if we wanted to. We got a bunch of buildings to build. Let's just take the money again. Also, how many turns of this plague do you still have? 2, I want to say? Yeah. Let's not head back here, so that the plague gets replaginated. An administrator, always a nice pickup. Shield of the Mirror Pool, not horrible. A Trickster Shard, a Wailing Banner. Okay, the Trickster Shard was for that. I was wondering why we got so many items. And it looks like you can reach these guys. Ooh. Well, this one might actually be a proper fight, rather than the little garbage fight that we've had so far. And these guys probably have to be destroyed completely as well. Let's see if they're actually willing to fight or not, though. No, they're going to run. Ah, you bunch of cowards. Are you in march stance by any chance? No. Yeah, they're gonna run. Well, it's not like it matters that we're in enemy territory because we're gonna suffer plague attrition either way. Look at them run. Oh, this one didn't run. Can't auto-resolve, but... Oh man, if I had gone after this one at first, then we might have been able to kill them all. How was I supposed to know that this one was actually one that we could have gone after. I guess this was one of the remnants of the armies that we destroyed before. I should have paid attention to the hero names. Although I suppose this might have also not been the hero that was there before. Who knows? Not a big deal at the end of the day. You guys are... Oh, you're out front together again. Wasn't that swell? Make your group 1 this time. Start deployment, start battle, go. And I want you to travel together... Okay, wait. Like so. Group 2. There we go. And you guys group up. I want Kroq-Gar near the healing crystal while you guys go after this. You go after this. Alright, Kroq-Gar, you can move in now. And the Hydra was healing because of its regen. Whoa, 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 okay, whoa, 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 whoa. The shades are hurting you more than I would prefer. Kroq-Gar, go kill the Hydra. We need the healing crystal at the other Carnos, so you guys can go there. You guys can charge on through. Kroq-Gar's killed the Hydra. Alright, and we're nearly there. Well, fortunately, the Croxies did heal, or the Carnosaurs did heal up quite nicely. And I'm just going to assume that this army will in fact get destroyed, because it's suspicious that they didn't run away. Gotta love perfect spawn. I mean, at least in this particular army, the Reviv Crystal isn't the only way to heal our lords. Alrighty, and let's see how much money the game is willing to offer us for this one. I also wonder whether we leveled up from these battles at all. They probably don't offer much in the way of XP just by virtue of how easy they are, but who knows. And any additional XP will still be transferred from Kroq-Gar via Mentor, so that's also nice. Killanite is useless, another 1700 money, actually not bad. Alright. Alright, hopefully... what kind of plague do we have here? Rot. Which one is the attrition one? I forget. It is the Flux. Okay, so I don't see the Flux here. So hopefully we can't get it again. Oh, fan waiver, nice. Obsidian Trinket. Kroq-Gar, you're gonna head into Channeling Stance, just so that we don't have to pay extra for you. Now, out of curiosity... you didn't level at all for those battles, but oh well. Let's buff up the Slan now. And then we'll go other buffs here. Well, I suppose we could get the... You know what? Let's go avenge the world that was, since we are fighting Demons of Chaos right now, and we will be shortly fighting Kairos as well. But otherwise, I think we'll get the Awakenment to power up Mazda Mundi. We'll max out both of these, and then we will probably start going through these traits afterwards. With all the magic buffs and stuff. Do you guys all have Mentor? There's other points that we could apply, but it's probably not super necessary, so I'm just gonna not bother. Just want to double check that they all have Mentor as they should, and yes, they do. Alright, well that's fine then. I guess you could get either like Skinned or Enforcer of Order. I still haven't decided which it is to be. And though I suppose it also doesn't really matter that much. Oh, also... You have the Cold One buff, but you don't have Beast Driver, do you? Though you do have Epicentrist. Weapon strength plus 10% when fighting lots and lots of enemies. Man, I don't understand why Enforcer of Order is so... It should be plus 20% when fighting Greenskin Skaven, etc., etc. Why is it weaker than Woundmaker? Not only is it weaker than Woundmaker, but it's weaker than Woundmaker, and the Woundmaker is just straight up 20% instead of specifically against certain types of units. You know what, let's go Enforcer of Order anyway, I just want him to hit harder. We'll probably still get Thick Skin, but at 139 armor, he's already pretty strong. Alrighty, let's do a little bit of admin in the way of building buildings, and then we'll have Isoko Rismate attack at his fight. Let's see. I know that there are a bunch of cheap buildings that we have to build. Let's start from the bottom then. Death Gorge. I think maybe we keep ignoring you. I probably want to try to get Ogrul Migdal just because we want to keep the territory because of the iron. Kirak Krakatan, probably not important right now. Headhunters, Jungle, Monument of Thunder. You know what, I guess we can repair the port now. Oh, and it's maximum public order. Start collecting the money. It's not a lot, but it's something. Magritta. Yeah, right, Magritta. Magritta's fine. I don't want to pay too much, but a lot of the stuff here... Oh, you have another iron source. Nice. A lot of the stuff here isn't crazy expensive anyway, so we're gonna get it. Let's go skink favelas, and then let's go for the floating garden. Unfortunately, not enough room to immediately build the geomantic web building, but because of the 3 ports in the province, it should be growing reasonably fast. If we get growth buildings, especially. But it'll still take some time. Anyway, Talea, let's go you, and let's go double up on these upgrades, and I guess here we can build the growth. You can also get even further growth through the livestock pens, then we can ignore the rest. Nobler country. Assuming that we keep Nobler country and don't transfer it to somebody, and I guess we could still use the money, let's upgrade you as well. You are in the alignment of monuments, which is appropriate. Keep growing and keep getting us more money. Alright, not horrible. Look at all that public order dropping. And really love a hero quest. You, Shalanwapek. I mean... Do we need defenses here? It looks like we sort of do right now. There's also iron? Yeah, very nice. Let's go for the skink favelas and the public order first, and I'll think about it. Most likely we won't actually need defenses here, because it's kind of an interior territory. Sartosa. We were gonna get the geomantic web here, but it's a little bit on the expensive side right now. Ooh, this also reminds me. I just built it. What this reminds me of is that we took Drakenhof, which gave us Razor Dawn hunting pack capacity up to 6 rather than to 4. So we should build the Razor Dawns right now while we have the capacity, because afterwards obviously we won't. Anyway, let's continue building whatever else we can afford, though it doesn't look like there's much. Where is this again? Brigun is... it's a coastal territory, which has me greatly concerned because of the Dread Fleet. And it looks like Ulthuan ain't doing too great as well. Yeah, we're gonna have to help them, aren't we? Elves always causing problems and not solving their own problems. Typical. Anyway, let's go for the skink forging camp here, and Broken Teeth will be the last province. We are basically out of money at this point. I guess we want to get growth for Nagashazar. It'll probably never get to tier 5, but you never know. Alrighty, there we go. That's all the cash, at least for now, because we'll get a little bit more by having Kanos Kier attack here at Ash Lotal. Let's level him up before we do, of course. He does have Renowned and Feared already. He's nearly maxed out at Beast Driver, so let's get Beast Driver so we can go into this stuff. I'm getting close to rank 7 on the Saurus anyway. He also deserves some units, or will be getting at least some of the units from Kowal. This is not all for Talashbok. Actually, speaking of... Wait. 1, 2... I was just wondering whether we need to get more Regu stags, or are we fine? Nah, I think we're fine. Don't want to go overboard in one army, because Lizardmen armies are really, really expensive. Anyway, Kanos Kier, Horal, you... We are the elite. We could get a steamed combatant, I suppose, if we want to get retinue trainer, but it's also not a super big deal. If we get attacked by the Skaven, it would be useful, but for now I think you're just going to go Blade Master. And that looks good. We're as prepped as we're going to get, so Ash Lotal, apparently a Pyrrhic victory. Kind of surprising, but they do have a decent amount of artillery pieces and a Death Shriek Terrorgeist, so we'll fight this manually. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Kanos Kier is here, Mr. Steal Your Lizard, and is going to be fighting, by the looks of it, a choke point battle, which most definitely works in our favor. We're going to allow the enemy to actually close the distance and move through the choke point a little bit before we charge, mostly because currently our army is actually out of the range of the enemy mortars, and this will allow us to at least damage them decently heavily with our grudge throwers, which do outrange them in just a little bit, I believe. believe. Yeah, 450 to 375, which is pretty good. And then, as soon as the enemy is about halfway or just a little bit past the choke point, we will move in. We can also take this opportunity to hit them with a few of those Flocks of Doom, which is going to be probably some decent damage. 8.2k so far, 9.1k so far, and it's going to keep going. We also have our solar engine, there we go, firing at the enemy as well. This seems like a really appropriate map for the dead as well. Just seeing the shambling corpses move through these reeds and water like this kind of makes sense. Well, not reeds, but you know, whatever this high swamp grass is. Alrighty, and it looks like they've made it nearly to the edge of the choke point, which means we are going to charge forward. At the same time, we have popped Pan's Impenetrable Pelt on both the front ranks of our army as well as our Lord and Hero, who are going to charge on in. Then, we are going to pop the Curse of Honor here on top of the enemy army. As soon as our heroes in range, there we go, reducing their armor, though that doesn't matter as much, but more importantly, reducing their speed, keeping them in the choke point, and reducing their accuracy by 62, making them a lot less effective in their range capability as well, while the rest of our army closes without taking as much damage. Then, as soon as our army gets even closer, we're going to pop the Vissen's Wild Form on them and give them, I don't know, 60 armor or something like that when overcast, and altogether that should keep everybody safe. We haven't really taken any damage so far, maybe a couple losses? Actually, no, it doesn't look like any of the Saurus are dead, so we're just fine so far, and we're moving in. And there's that Death Shriek Terrorgeist shrieking, not yet its last, but eventually, especially if it wants to contend with a Carnosaur. It is also getting focused down by the Amixon Barb and is about to get hit by both Saurus and other units. The Solar Engine is also hitting the Terrorgeist, and there we go. Now the rest of our army has arrived, the Saurus are in, we're gonna pop another Flock of Doom on us, and we still do have that Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, which is about to be joined by Vissen's Wild Form. Just waiting for a couple more Saurus to move in to take more benefit from it. There are, after all, still a few enemy ranged units firing away at us. Alrighty, and we're looking good so far. We have also destroyed one of the enemy mortars. The second one's about to be destroyed by our artillery, and the third one's about to be destroyed by our chameleon skinks, which did in fact Vanguard deploy over on this side. In a lot of choke point battles, you're not actually able to Vanguard deploy on the enemy side, but in this one you were, and it certainly helped us out. There's that Vissen's Wild Form upgrade. Okay, it is in fact only 42 armor, but the base weapon damage is going to be quite helpful as well, not only for the Carnosaurs and stuff, but for the Saurus as well, which have very high weapon strength. 112 weapon strength on a unit that has 80 units is pretty darn ridiculous. I mean, it's like each one hits as hard as a monstrous infantry unit. Rotting Prometheans, in fact, have 12 units but only hit for 70 weapon strength. Granted, the Saurus probably don't have splash attacks, but nonetheless, that's pretty damn crazy. Alrighty, and it looks like the enemy is in pretty bad shape, not getting a lot of mileage out of its range units, who are now being focused down by our range. We also have the chameleon skinks encroaching upon them. The mortars have been destroyed. The enemy line is pretty much overwhelmed. The Death Shriek Terrorgeist is fading, and it looks like the rest of the army is going to begin to crumble away as well. Down goes the Terrorgeist. The Crabby Boys are dropping as well, and we are going to charge the enemy lord with Kanos Kirk himself, and the enemy lord is now down to a sliver of HP as well. That little tiny pistol in the face of a Carnosaur. Certainly an act of defiance, but a meaningless one, as the pistol was hardly any threat. And there we go. With that, the battle ends. The rest of the enemy army begins to crumble away, and as we can see, our HP is absolutely fine. Gotta give it up to the Beast Lord this time around for keeping everybody safe and allowing us to do this. Beautiful. Really helped out because of the choke point, and it both forced the enemy into a blob and us into a blob, just doing so much more damage from our lures. I can only imagine how horrific this would have been if Lord Kroq was on the field to use a Deliverance of Itza right in the middle of that massive enemy blob of units. Or heck, even Teto Echo with all of his mastery of the Comet of Cassandora and the other spells. Anyway, with that, the battle ends. A close victory, apparently, though I have absolutely no concept as to why the game could possibly think this is a close victory. We are mostly a melee army and thus don't really have much in the way of ammunition expenditure, and the ammunition on the Chameleon Skinks was more or less fine because all they did was kill a couple of units of mortars, so yeah. Obviously not a close victory, but hey, it was a pretty fun one. Alrighty, very, very nice. A very strong showing from Kroq-Gar, but in particular from the Lore of the Beasts. While the damage wasn't anything crazy, though 27k is also nothing to sneeze at, the real power of the Lore of the Beasts there was applying Pan's Impenetrable Pelt and the armor buff, Vissen's Wild Form, to our main army, preventing them from taking damage, all while popping the Curse of Anrahir on the enemy while we approach them. Between those buffs on us and the debuffs on the enemy, their range basically accomplished nothing. Not a single Saurus died to their attacks. In fact, not a single unit died in general, just a little bit of damage on the Skink Priest, who took damage from the enemy handguns. Very nice, Kroq, very nice. Occupy the place, and if the rats want to attack you, well, they'll have to contend with our beast lore prowess, I suppose. Beautiful. Also, before I forget, this is a 5th episode in the series, and just when I like to remind you guys not to forget to drop those likes and comments below if you've been enjoying this particular Let's Play and want to see it updated on the regular, as episode length, update schedule, and to some degree campaign length all do depend on engagement, as it determines algorithm stuff and it determines interest, or shows the general interest in the continuations. Anyway, let's see what else we have to do this turn. Now, we don't have much in the way of money remaining. Paragiol, you are going to recruit some more stuff, but I think, ooh, yes, we have to actually make use of your alignments. Warpaint of Xhotl, please, once again to get that magic bond passive. Pyroxy is going to continue ambushing in case Vladi comes down to try to reclaim Drakenhof. You have to stay where you are. Talashbach, 1 or 2 more turns. Pyakador, you are gonna use our dinos. You know what? Mazdamundi, go into ambush stance. Pyakador, transfer these guys to Mazdamundi. Maybe we can get these guys to move here instead. I don't know whether that's the case, but it's a possibility. If not, or just in case, maybe what we'll start doing is start again moving Mazdamundi down here. He wasn't going to be able to fight Marathi's stack, but this one I think he can deal with, so yeah. Alrighty. Next up, who do we have left? Delete is not going to move, he's just going to get deleted eventually, and I believe that's it. Alrighty, so that means we got another end turn upon us. Let's double check Diplo, though I feel like I checked it. There's probably not really anything important. Still tempted to do the trade agreement with the border princes if we don't just outright attack him, but we'll see. Yes. Either way, it's not super important right now, and I really don't want to bother getting an army over there since we were forced to divert to kill other things. I don't think we care enough about a single territory to do that. Citadel of Dusk. Defensive Alliance. It's on the menu. It's on the table, but it's yeah, I'm pretty sure that that'll reveal Kairos, and we want to reveal Kairos only when we're good and ready. Alright, the rest of that is looking good, so skip, 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 and end turn. Alrighty, let's see. Castalton, still alive. You want us to join war against the Legions of Chaos? I don't see why we would. It gives us nothing right now. In fact, we're probably never going to go all the way up there because there's no real useful territory up there. We'll content ourselves with having destroyed Kugath and destroying Kairos after that. But the Legion of Chaos can keep doing whatever it's doing. Maybe we'll destroy Village up here, just because he's probably gonna be attacking our Cathayan allies, and we do want them to survive to get access to their units. Namely the long-range units. Alright, something's going on over here. I see a victory fireworks effect, but I don't know who or what did that. And it looks like we're not going to get attacked this turn. Ooh, Cult of Pleasure has confederated a Scourge of Cain. Ambush foiled for Pyroxy. Oh no, ambush foiled for Gorok, but this one matters a lot less. What do we have here? We have... oh wow, the garrison's actually not so bad. Huh. Plus a stack. This one's all peasants. You know what? We're gonna do this, but we're gonna save this for next time, because I think this will be a glorious fight. It'll be primarily a bunch of peasants, but I would really love to see Saurus literally slaughter hundreds, or 100 to 1 in terms of peasants. Maybe not 100 to 1, but, you know. There's a lot of peasants to take care of. In terms of what we do here, we can advance Kanos Kier to Quetzal, though you will probably want to continue stealing tech from... you know what? Slightly move down here and then go to Quetzal. Ah, these tech thieves. They're really not doing it for me with regards to their tech thievery capabilities. At least we'll have the action success chance increased by 10% shortly. Kowal. I guess what we'll do right now is transfer... well, everything but Kanos Kier's stuff. So not the Basties and not the Solar Engine. Well, not the Basties in general. Like so. Tlashbuk, that is... you can't move out far enough to reach the marks of the old ones, but that does mean next turn you're going to be ready to move. You are not complete in terms of your army, but we'll be at 17 out of 20 when we take out these two. Put in another... ooh, well actually we'll need to make even more room, because we need room for a caster, as well as room for, well, a Heavens caster, specifically, because this is the Thunder army. And another Saurus Scarvet, which puts us back to 19 out of 20, and then we'll need probably 2 healing crystals as well. So we'll have to get rid of one of the Saurus units. We're not getting rid of one of the dinos, and the Thunderous one is what sort of started this army, so yeah, that's not going to happen. Kanos Kier, you cannot damn. I wanted to move Kowal in to help him, but I guess we're going to just stand him outside of the Monument of Thunder, and then we'll move to meet with Kanos Kier afterwards. I guess we want to move towards the Blood Swamps, but then this guy's here. I wonder if we could attack you with Pragiul, and then move back to Itza right after. That would be swell. It would be just swell. What do you have in your army? Not much. Can Itza defend itself? What do we have here? Oh, wow. It can probably defend itself, in fact. You can't reach this. How many turns would it take? I wonder if we could reach the Blood Swamps and do this. I suppose we could put Pragiul and Ash Lotal, but the problem is, what if there's a full Skaven stack that can reach it? Doesn't look like it, though. I guess we could risk this army. I just don't want to be able to not reach this place. So yeah, you know what? You're going to head to the Blood Swamps. And then this way they can't hit us from the back. Oh, wow. Pyrrhic Victory. I'm not sure I like that. Oh, Luther Harkon is back there. Now, this might actually be worth fighting next time. Probably they're not going to have that easy... I didn't even realize it was Luther there. They're not going to have a great time fighting us, just like that previous battle didn't, but it still nonetheless looks worth fighting, just like this battle. I guess we'll have 2 battles next episode. Slaughter peasants and slaughter the... these vampire coast units. Also, while we're here, we gotta double check. Ah, yes, another perfect spawn. Fan-frickin-tastic. I didn't mean for that to sound sarcastic. I can't turn it off. Please help me. Are you a perfect spawn? No, you're a leader of his kind. Who needs a perfect spawn? Kanos Kier, you need a perfect spawn. I assume that we're not hitting one out. Alright, so here's what we'll do. Monument of Thunder, we're gonna summon you. I guess we could go for the humble guy and have you at level 22. But then we'll be paying an extra 200 gold per turn for this. On the other hand, we could use him as an assassin nearby. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Use humble guy. Your recruit rank. But don't bother paying for the Carnosaur or anything. And we'll just go for Specialist, Wound, Assault Units, Assault Garrison. We could probably go for Retinue Trainer as well. I don't believe anything else would be faction buffs. Control for Province. And Hero Action Success Chance, actually. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Intimidating. Enemy Hero Success Chance Reduction. Heroes Army, we are the elite, is it irrelevant? Yeah, so Tough as Nails, Intimidating. Then... irrelevant. Retinue Trainer, and what was it again? Oh, let's give us campaign movement range. Or campaign line of sight, rather. Why did I say movement range? No, but it's Honored Elder we want. Alrighty, and then Fossil, you are going to be Assassin. Temporarily, we'll delete him later, but the reason we wanted was to get the perfect spawn man, and you are going to be, well, a perfect spawn, and you will immediately get you Sacred Adornments, will get your combat reflexes, Revered Leader, and yeah, Ferocity of Age as well. Commence the Massacre, definitely Honored Elder, and I guess we'll start building you out. Ooh, we are the elite, Predatory Fighter, Blade Master. Oh, the fact that we can get these guys at such a high level is fantastic. Could actually go for Retinue Trainer for you as well, but it's probably not a big enough deal for us to worry about it. Yeah, let's just go towards Foe Seeker. I forget what I used to go for here, but I think it's Thick-Skinned because these guys don't have as much armor as we'd otherwise like. There we go. Now you are going to join Kanos Kier when he heads back to Ash Lotal. Prajuel needs to trade the Basties to Tlashbok, and Kowal needs to trade these Basties to Kanos Kier. Alrighty. Really would like to get a few more Blessed Spawn, damn it. And I believe there was a comment asking whether there was a way to get more Blessed Spawn, and there isn't. It's the whole issue, damn it. Ugh. I really wish there was. But yeah, I don't know exactly how the game determines when you get Blessed Spawn. It's better than it used to be. When the Lizardmen just came out, or a long time ago at the very least, in Game 2, I remember sometimes going like 80 turns, just something absolutely ridiculous, like it got bugged often, and you would just get absolutely no Blessed Spawn ever. Anyway, let's continue. I guess you could cut to Chiang. It is somewhat defended, which means we'll probably have to manually fight that. Maybe we'll save that for next time. You know what, I think this is then going to be a pretty good place to call it. We do have some admin remaining, but we'll just save the 2 cinematic battles for next episode, plus the little mini battle with Kroq-Gar. Ooh, Hook the Arrogant arrived, so our first Skink Oracle is nearly here, and our second Skink Oracle, the Kroq-Gar Oracle, the Kroq-Sorg, I don't know, is also moving up here. And we'll join Kowal up here as well. Alrighty, oh, then there's also potential battles in all of these places, eh? Okay, well, we'll have to figure those out next time, so stay tuned for all that. Lots of battles to come. And don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.